Asian artists reaching out to the US market is just as natural as Americans reaching out to the Asian market. It's a business expansion. And no, earning from one's art is not selling out. It's about paying your bills, wanting to live a comfortable life, and there is nothing wrong with that. Wanting to win a US-based award or top a US-based chart isn't selling out either. It's just like winning a competition of a sport another country created. After all, if there's anything that can unite the world, it will be art, right? We don't need the US market, but it will be beneficial from a financial perspective to conquer it. However, it doesn't mean we should be okay with Asian artists not getting the awards, even when it is obvious they are better than their competitors. It's not okay when music platforms manipulate their numbers in the guise of accurately tracking trends but refuse to be transparent with their process. But what we should never, ever negotiate is how they refuse to understand the music, appreciate its technical superiority, unique melody, and recognize the poetry in the lyrics and the beautiful culture, tradition, and values it represents. However, we can't force them to do it the same way we can't force them to give Asian artists and Asian art a space in their country. And you guys articulated what we all know by now. Asia needs its own ranking system and award-giving body. And that is what we are going to do. The Brit Awards is for the UK. BT is for African Americans. Grammy and Billboard for America. Asia should have its own. Not that there isn't any, there's MAMA, Asia Artist Awards, but only a minority of Asian countries are represented. And there are all sorts of questions on how winners are actually decided. But more than that, I guess there's really no effort to give Asian artists a stage or a platform or a way to get introduced to the European market and to the US market the way Billboard is doing it for American artists. There is no institution in Asia that treats Asian artists with such nobility the way Grammy does it with American artists. And that is what we will create. A fair ranking system and a credible award-giving body for Asia. But getting there isn't easy, and no one person can do it. This needs a lot of good people and a lot of money. But someone has to start it, right? And really, the reason I started this channel is to share Asian culture, music, movies, history, and I finally found a group of people who share the same desire. You guys have been so generous with your ideas and support and encouragement. It's really touching, the messages that I get from my email, Twitter, even Instagram, and of course, comments that I get here in YouTube. Social media can be rough. It's full of rude and angry people looking to make other people feel as miserable as they are. But I found you guys, and we all want the same thing. So I will start it. I don't know if I will be able to take it home. I don't know if I will be able to complete this, see the fruition in my lifetime, but I feel like I should try. Maybe down the road someone else will do it, someone else will pick it up and they'll do it better. I don't mind, but I feel that it is important for someone to take the first step. However, coming up with something like this is not easy. It'll take more than just determination and inspiration. It'll take a lot of good people, a lot of time, and a lot of money. So just to give you an idea, there are 48 countries, and you need to coordinate with each country that has an active entertainment industry just to be entertained and be provided the data that you are looking for. But they won't entertain you unless you have that quote-unquote name. I tried searching for data online, even if it is paid, and there are so many countries ignored, so many data not collected. For example, I want to know how much of the US music is actually sold in Asia, and how much of Asian music by country is sold to the US. I want to know sales by genre. No data is available. And it's not just music, it's worse for movies, books, other art forms. Not only are there no sales records, there are very little opportunities for Asian movies, books, and other arts. The problem is that I don't have the time and I don't have the money devoted to this. The solution is for me to do this in stages, small steps, one at a time. So instead of creating an award-giving body and a ranking system right off the bat, I think I will do the first step, one step at a time. So first step is to create an Asian artist-centered magazine and platform, an organization and institution that has a website, that has an online magazine, one that celebrates the artistry of Asian artists, not the fan wars, not their love life, nothing superficial like that. I want to create a platform and an organization where artists from each of the Asian countries, from different Asian countries, I want their art and the artists to be highlighted. I want their stories told, their art experienced and known to the rest of the world. So, website is the first step. We don't have that right now. We have a few, but they don't cover most of Asia. And most of these sites talk about anything but artistry. They also love rehashing topics from Reddit and stealing topics from content creators. What we will create will feature different artists with in-depth backgrounds of the artists, their art, cultural influences, the process that they go through to create their art, and future plans. It's not a 3-paragraph description, it's a deep dive. We will talk about the artistry. We will talk about the artist. And hopefully I could grow it to become the most reliable Asian-centered publication, something like Rolling Stone of Asia. Hopefully it'll become a platform where all Asian artists, arts, and culture are discovered. I hope it could be the place that the rest of the world go to whenever they want to know anything about Asian culture, arts, and entertainment. Now from there, maybe I will create lists, like great top 100 music videos from Asia, or most groundbreaking graffiti artists, or the best modernized traditional costumes, whatever, stuff like that, instead of right off the bat giving up awards. But eventually I hope that will evolve when it becomes bigger, more established, and maybe we can really do your suggestions, implement your suggestions where it's actually participated in by different countries instead of just a group of people deciding who's going to win the award. Now, I don't have all the funds in the world. I will definitely utilize all the ways that I know in order to raise funds, but that will undoubtedly be the biggest hindrance in all of this. I will open a donation account where people can just donate whatever spare money that they have, and the accounting of that is going to be fully transparent. So it will start with a website. That's where it's going to start, and the beginning will be some sort of a magazine. And I would love for you guys to be able to pitch in your ideas, and eventually we'll move that into podcast and then broadcast, a streaming company. But I really, really would wish that you guys can participate in that. So I will open the community feature in YouTube. So I hope you can join that. I will also be providing that. I will document the entire process in there. I'll put everything in there, and I'll probably do a live or something at some point. I will also be actively updating you guys on YouTube, not just on YouTube, but also on Twitter, on Instagram. So follow me there as well. And I hope to communicate with you as I progress in this project. Hopefully you will also be generous with your ideas. Please don't hold back if there's something that you feel isn't right, or you have any kind of suggestion. You guys know that I do not mind criticisms. I don't mind people disagreeing with me, for as long as the intention is good. Then I don't mind that. Criticisms, those are welcome. Very much welcome. Once the website is done, of course, the next one would be content creation, maintenance of it, growing it, and that will be a lot of work. But as I've said, we need to start somewhere. And really, the whole reason I started this channel is because I really love Asian culture, entertainment, and arts. If someone down the road does it better, maybe someone else will pick it up, get the idea, evolve it, and do it better. I absolutely do not mind. At the end of the day, what I really want to happen is the vision for Asians to have our own validation system, our own celebration, not validation system, but our own celebration, and a way for the rest of the world to access our talents, our arts, our culture. And I hope that we can all do it together. I am excited, I'm very scared, very motivated, and very hopeful. But I believe in us. I believe I believe in this entire thing, and I hope that we can all do it together. So thank you, and happy trip to all of us.